unfortunately, I really don't care, to be honest with you. I'm just concerned that my brother, whoever and whatever he was murdered. That's my concern. These are the questions I don't get into. Have a good day.
We have spent years analyzing the monster that was Jeffrey Epstein. But what about the people who grew up in the same house? Today, we have a clip that is truly disturbing, not because of what is said, but because of what isn't felt. Piers Morgan interviews Mark Epstein, Jeffrey's brother. You might expect a man looking for answers, or perhaps a man burdened by his family name. Instead, what you are about to see is a masterclass in narcissism. Mark Epstein is obsessed with the idea that his brother was murdered, but when the topic shifts to the hundreds of underage victims, he literally says, "I don't care." And when Piers presses him on it, he pulls the plug.
What is life for you like as the brother of perhaps the most notorious person in America?
Well, my life is fine. I'm just getting a lot more calls from journalists and ask for, these kind of interviews. And I've told people I only talk about Jeffrey's death because I found that when I answer questions about anything else in the files, whatever I say gets misconstrued to fit somebody's agenda. So I no longer answer questions about the things in the files, which I really, to be honest, don't care about. I wasn't part of any of that. I'm not named in anything. And, and if anyone's in the files or something that's supposed to be getting into trouble for something, I have nothing to do with that. That's their problem, not mine. I don't want to be cold about it, but I have my own life. Look, trust me, it would have been a lot easier for me if I thought Jeffrey committed suicide. I could have then, mourned my brother and went on with my life. But instead, I'm right.
But when you say, yeah, sure. But when you say you don't care about the files, I mean, I presume you mean because you're not directly accused of wrongdoing in them, which is completely correct, and you shouldn't have to justify something that doesn't involve you. However, your brother is obviously, there's so much stuff in these files which exposes him as an appalling human being. My question for you would be, how much of this is new to you? I mean, do you even recognize
like I said, a lot
you're
of
seeing from your brother?
Jeffrey and I were not. I didn't see him for 7 years before he died. Although we were always in communication with phones and emails, so I didn't know what he was up to. A lot of the stuff that's come out is surprising to me. I wasn't aware of a lot of this stuff, and I'm going to say, like with him, even though he's my brother, that was his problem. And now that he's dead, it's not his problem anymore. So again, unfortunately, I really don't care. To be honest with you, I'm just concerned that my brother, whoever and whatever he was murdered. That's my concern.
But you care about the victims, I presume, of your brother.
These are the questions I don't get into. Have a good day.
Okay. Well, extraordinary. Not a difficult question to answer.
This is a breathtaking display of moral detachment. Mark Epstein is trying to separate the murder mystery from the sex trafficking. He wants to believe his brother was a victim of a hit job because that narrative makes him feel better. It turns his brother into a martyr rather than a monster. But the moment Piers forces him to confront the reality that his brother destroyed countless lives, Mark short circuits. He can't handle it. He views the victims not as human beings, but as an annoyance that distracts from his conspiracy theory. The rage quit at the end says everything. He doesn't hang up because he's out of time. He hangs up because he's out of excuses. He removes the earpiece because he physically cannot stand to hear the truth about his own blood. It turns out a lack of empathy might just run in the family. Stay skeptical. Stay loud.